Hey guys, Joe here, and in today's video we are going to discuss how I got an EVGA 1080 hybrid for basically $100. And I'm going to give you the short version because I filmed this twice with the long version and it's over 30 minutes. So buckle up, this will hopefully be under 7. Before I get going, thank you to my new subscribers, thank you to returning subscribers. If you like this kind of video, give me a thumbs up. I do know that you guys like some tips and tricks videos, so I will give those to you as well. I'm still figuring out the final version of this channel and apparently how to speak English. But let's get into this. As you guys know, through various parts pickups, and we'll break them down real quick, I got a 780 for free. I actually got two 780s for free. Check it out in this video up here. I showed the screenshot from the text and everything. But I got this card for free, and I got paid $75 for the other card, which I sold. So, yay. This card came in another pickup. Hopefully they're not too close together, but just click on the eye up there and you can see it. But I got this graphics card along with another bundle. English, man, English. Along with another bundle for $100. And when you break down the price of each component, it's about $20 per component, so I'm into that for about 20 bucks. This RX 580, Sapphire RX 580, I'm into for 80 bucks, roughly, give or take, because I bought this with some of the profit from selling a 1070 Ti that I had. I had an Asus Cerberus 1070 Ti, and I sold that because I knew I was going to upgrade at some point, and I didn't know when because I was looking for the right deal. So all told, 80 bucks, 20 bucks, free. I'm into these three graphics cards for $100. I sold all three of these graphics cards to a friend of mine that builds computer systems. I've decided not to build computer systems unless I have something weird that I could, flip real easily, because I don't want to go through the effort of, getting Windows 10 keys and building a computer and then having to deal with the haggling and negotiation with the Craigslist zombies, as I call them, because it's not worth it, especially in my area. The people that are on Craigslist are mostly sellers and not as much buyers. It's really convoluted, and if your price is too low here, people tend to ignore it, as funny as that sounds. If I'm being reasonable, I'll get ignored, so we're not going to get into that. So I decided to sell components to a friend of mine that builds computers, and since I'm getting such good deals when I'm acquiring them, when I sell them to him, it's virtually all profit. Now, by doing that, I got enough money from these three cards and two 8GB sticks of RAM to get a GTX 1080 hybrid. One caveat, this did come from a buddy of mine. Somebody I've bought cards from in the past, including the 1070 Ti. And I should have bought the 1080 Ti he had, and I kick myself in the ass for that all the time. But he gave me a reasonable price on this because it was his buddy's. It came out of his gaming system. He didn't want it anymore. And he gave me a good deal on it because of reasons. He probably made some money off of his buddy from the card he sold him. So I took the money I made from that and literally bought this. So I'm not spending any extra money minus the cost of fuel to drive up to where he was to pick up this card and come back. So all told, I own a GTX 1080 hybrid on a For the Win board for $100. And I'll be doing a video on the card itself, but I wanted to show you that if you're patient, if you can dedicate the time necessary to doing the hunting, finding the right components, and flipping them, you can make some good money. Sorry, I was just looking at how much time has gone by because I want to tell a story, and it kind of involves my backstory, especially if you're new to the channel. Sorry, I need a haircut. If you're new to the channel, here's a little backstory of my most of my adult life. I started selling cars in 2001, late 2000, early 2001. I walked away from the industry in 2017 because of health reasons. So for 17 years, I sold cars, I ran dealerships, I was a finance manager, internet manager, sales manager, floor manager, dealership manager, kind of did it all. I was also a mechanic, body guy. I owned my own shop for years until I moved here to Virginia. And in the long run, it taught me a lot of cool tricks of the trade, and they can be applied to a lot of other things in life. And that's one of the things that really quick I wanted to talk about. If you've never sold cars before, this is how it really basically breaks down. The dealership I worked at paid a minimum every month for each car, $200. Don't know if that's what they still pay. It's been 4 years since I worked for them. But they paid $200 per car. They had a requirement that at 10 cars, you got forgiven of your draw, because as a salesperson, you're actually a commissioned salesperson who gets money so that the company can't say that you're working for free. It's like being a bartender or a waiter, waitstaff, whatever the case. And if you don't sell a certain number of cars, you have to pay back that draw. It comes out of your commission. So let's say it's $1,500 a month. If you don't sell 10 cars, which used to be the requirement, they took that $1,500 out of your commission. So if you sold 9 cars, you would have gotten $1,800. We're not talking about financing, warranties, any of that stuff. This is a very basic version of it. If you got $1,800 and you had to give $1,500 of it back, you just made $300 commission for an entire month worth of work. And as a salesperson that was dedicated to his job, I used to work, and most of us did. So if you're a car salesman, you know what I'm talking about. Hashtag the grind, where you would work 6 days a week, 4 weeks a month, sometimes 7 days a week. I was working, not counting drive time, 55 to 70 hours per week at my job to make the money I needed to. So you can imagine my shock, surprise, and befuddlement when I sat there, especially at new car dealerships. This is what absolutely blew my mind. To watch these people sitting there and zombifying themselves on their phone, or watching YouTube videos, or making 5 calls a day to only their new contacts, and at the end of the month having 3 cars sold. And one guy used to say, yeah, I cover my draw, I don't care. Number one, if you don't make your draw, you just don't have to pay it back. You just don't make any money. Granted, after a few months, you're going to get fired. But why would you invest 200 to 280 hours a month to make nothing? I actually had a conversation with one of my employees at the last dealership I worked, because he would sell 9 cars a month because he only needed to make $4,500 a month. That's all he needed to make. So as soon as he reached that plateau, he didn't care. But at 10 cars, there was a $2,000 bonus. At 12 cars, it was a $2,500 bonus. At 15 cars, it was a $3,000 bonus from Chevrolet for selling an extra few cars every month. Even one car would have netted him another couple of grand. But I only need $4,500 a month. And that absolutely blew my mind. And that's what I want to get across to you guys. As you do this kind of thing, especially if you're like me and you like to do the grind, you want to maximize your return for as little investment as possible when the time comes. Because this isn't something that I just walk onto the internet, type one thing, and I make these deals. These deals took a lot of time and a lot of emails. For example, on average, for every response I got, I would send 15 or so emails, usually 20. And I'd be asking, hey, is it still available? It wasn't even me negotiating. I usually wait to negotiate until I actually confirm they have the item. Otherwise, they think you're a jackass. Quite frankly, there's another tip. Don't negotiate before you find out if it's even still available. So for those 15 emails, I get 1 response. That's horrible return. So I need to maximize what I get from that 1 response, which also means I would send out 100 emails expecting to get 7 responses. And of those 7 responses, I'm probably only going to make deals with 3 of those people. So in total, you want to maximize your return on your investment. And your investment, unfortunately, is high, so your return has to be high. You get what I'm saying here? I know it's a little convoluted. It's hard to explain. If you want me to go into more depth on it, leave me a comment down below. Leave me a thumbs up if you like the find I did. I know I'm not really talking about it because I'm going to do a separate video on the card itself. But I want to see what you guys want to know. Do you want to actually learn things? Do you just want to see me talk? Do you want to just see benchmarks? Let me know what you want to see. Also, I have a firearm video coming up probably on Friday, so look out for that. So yeah, get subscribed, like this video, thumbs up, send it to somebody, let them see it so they understand what they need to do in life. And as always, I'll talk to you later.